My dear brothers and sisters, why did Jesus have to appear again and again to his disciples after his resurrection? Jesus did not appear only once. He appeared several times in the 40 days that he had after the resurrection and before his ascension. Bakit ba kailangan niyang paulit-ulit na magpakita sa kanyang mga alagad? Our gospel this second Sunday of Easter is from the Gospel of St. John. And let us just focus on the many instances that Jesus appeared to his disciples in the Gospel of St. John. Last Sunday, Easter Sunday, we heard that early morning, the day after the Sabbath, that is Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb of Jesus and found that the tomb was empty. And St. John narrated that Mary Magdalene cried because she thought that the body of Jesus was stolen. Habang nakatingin si Maria Magdalena sa libingang walang laman, siya ay umiiyak, siya ay tumatangis dahil ninakaw nila ang katawan ng kanyang Panginoon. Masamang-masama siguro ang loob niya. Pinatay na nga nila, ninakaw pa nila ang bangkay. And then when she turned around, she saw a man. And at first, she thought the man was the gardener. Kaya sinabi niya, kung kayo po ang kumuha ng katawan, sabihin niyo sa akin kung saan niyo dinala at kukunin ko. But the man said, Mary. And then Mary recognized that that man is not the gardener, that that man is Jesus, risen from the dead. At dahil sa kanyang kagalakan, nagtatakbo siya papunta sa mga alagad ni Jesus para sabihin sa kanilang, buhay na muli si Jesus. Pero yung mga alagad ni Jesus, hindi naniwala. That is why on the evening of that same Easter Sunday, as we heard in our gospel today, while the disciples were gathered, Jesus appeared. And they saw Jesus. And they were so happy that Jesus is risen. The problem is, one was absent. For whatever reason, Thomas was not around. Kaya nung bumalik siya at sinabi sa kanya, uy, nagpakita sa amin si Jesus. Buhay na si Jesus. Sabi ni Tomas, hindi ako maniniwala. Kahit na ang dami nang nagsasabi sa kanya na nakita nila si Jesus, sabi ni Tomas, hanggat hindi ko siya nakikita, hindi ako maniniwala. Hanggat hindi ko nahahawakan ng kanyang mga sugat, hindi ako maniniwala. That is why a week later, that is like this Sunday, a week later after the resurrection of Jesus, Jesus appeared again for Thomas. Now, why did Jesus have to take that trouble of appearing again and again to his disciples? The only reason is to help them believe that he is truly risen. By appearing again and again, Jesus would not want any one of his disciples to be left in unbelief. Hanggat may hindi naniniwala na siya ay muling nabuhay, kahit isa lang yan, katulad ni Tomas, magpapakita at magpapakita si Jesus. Naisip ko nga po, kung ako siguro si Jesus, tama na yung isang pagpapakita. O siguro hanggang 2. O kung hindi pa, sige hanggang 3 na lang. Pero pagkatapos ng pangatlong pagpapakita, bahala na kayo. Kung ayaw niyong maniwala, edi wag. Pipilitin ko pa ba naman kayo? Kawalan ko ba kung ayaw niyong maniwala na muli akong nabuhay? Bahala na kayo. Maniwala yung gustong maniwala, wag maniwala yung ayaw maniwala. Buti na lang hindi ako si Jesus. Because for Jesus, each of His disciple is so important that no one must be left in unbelief. Walang dapat maiwan na hindi naniniwala. And even if it will take Him to return for even one doubting apostle like Thomas, Jesus will return and appear again. Walang maiiwan. At babalikan ni Jesus yung mga parang naiiwan. My dear brothers and sisters, that is the love of God for us, as proclaimed by St. John in our second reading today. That is the mercy of God for us. That is why this Sunday is also the feast of Jesus, the divine mercy. Ang awa ng Diyos ay yung awa na wala siyang hahayaang maiwan. Ang awa ng Diyos ay yung awa na yung mga naiiwan, babalikan niya. Kasi si Jesus din, naranasan niyang maiwan. Hindi ba iniwan siya ng kanyang mga alagad? Kaya si Jesus, hinding-hindi mang-iiwan. For Jesus, no one must be left behind. Naranasan niyo na po bang maiwan? Yung bang tipong may lakad, tapos kayo iniwan o naiwan? I remember many years ago, I was still working as secretary of Cardinal Rosales. We scheduled an outing of our staff in the residence. Yung mga nagtatrabaho doon sa Archbishop's residence, mag-outing kami. At sabi namin, aalis tayo 5 o'clock in the morning. Kaya dapat lahat dumating before 5 a.m. Because at exactly 5, we will leave. Pupunta kami sa isang malayong lugar. Kaya lang, 5 o'clock na, yung isang maintenance namin, wala pa. Naghintay kami ng 15 minutes, tinatawagan siya, hindi sumasagot sa cellphone. Hindi namin makontak, hindi namin malaman kung nasaan. Kaya noong 5:50, nagdesisyon na kami na umalis at iwanan siya. After 20 minutes na nakakapagbiyahe kami, nag-message yung isang guard at sabi, dumating na po. Naiwan pala niya yung cellphone niya sa pagmamadali, kaya hindi sumasagot. Sabi ko, na-late siya. 20 minutes na tayong nakakaalis, malayo-layo na rin tayo. Hayaan na lang natin. Huwag na nating abalahin ang sarili natin na bumalik pa. Pero sabi ni Cardinal Rosales, balikan natin. O, balik kami. At tuwang-tuwa yung naiwan namin. Gusto kong sabihin sa kanya, pasalamat ka kasama si Kardinal. Dahil kung hindi, talagang naiwan ka na. Pero sabi niya, salamat, binalikan ninyo ako, kahit mag-isa lang ako naiwan. That is an experience of mercy. That is an experience of love. That, my dear brothers and sisters, this is also how the early Christian communities lived according to the values of the resurrected Christ. Yung mga Kristiyano nung unang panahon, walang iniiwan. That is why in our first reading today, we heard how they lived. No one was needy among them. Why? Because those who have more properties, more houses, more money, would sell them. And the proceeds of the sale will be distributed to everyone, each according to need. No one had too much, and no one had too little. No one was so rich, and no one was so needy. Walang nag-uumapaw at walang kinukulang. Walang naiiwan. Sama-sama ang lahat. That is the lesson of the resurrection. My dear brothers and sisters, today we are reminded that life is not a competition. Because if we look at life as a competition, then we will look at each other as competitors. Kapag competition ang buhay, ang tingin natin sa bawat isa ay kalaban. And the rule of the game, if life is a competition, is to be ahead of the rest. Dapat mauna ako. Dapat ako ang pinakamataas. At dapat walang lalamang sa akin. Unfortunately, that happens in our workplaces. Masyadong competitive ang mentality. Kaya labanan ng labanan. Nase-stress tayong lahat. Unfortunately, that also happens in the church. Nag-aagawan sa posisyon at kapangyarihan. And sadly, that also happens in our own families. Minsan, magkakapatid, magkakamag-anak, nagkukumpit, nagpapagalingan. But life is not a competition. Life is a journey. And if we look at life as a journey, then each other is a companion in the journey. Hindi mag-uunahan, hindi mag-iiwanan, sama-sama sa paglalakbay. And if it need be that we slow down our pace so that the others could keep up, then we will do that out of mercy and love. Kasi may mga taong talagang mabilis ang takbo. Pero may mga taong napag-iiwanan. Pero kung pinapahalagahan natin ng bawat isa, yung mga mabibilis, sasabihin nila, sige, babagalan ko ng konti para makahabol naman sila. That is mercy. And that is love. That is an experience of the resurrection. My dear brothers and sisters, Jesus, our risen Lord, will never allow anyone to be left behind. And He will always come back. He will always return for us, even if there were only one of us. Babalikan tayo ni Jesus dahil mahalaga tayo sa Kanya at hindi niya papayagan na merong maiwan. Sana hindi po tayo nang iiwan. Sana sa ating buhay walang iwanan. Because you will never really feel the pain of being left behind unless that one who is left behind is you.